Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Garnacho proof, Gyokeres inspiration, what Ruben Amorim will want to see from Man United vs PAOK. Manchester United take on PAOK in the Europa League tonight under Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Ruben Amorim will be a keen observer ahead of his arrival next week. Incoming boss Ruben Amorim will no doubt be taking in Manchester United's Europa League tie with PAOK tonight. The 39-year-old officially starts work at Old Trafford on Monday and takes charge of Sporting Lisbon for the final this weekend with a trip to his former club Braga. He masterminded a 4-1 Champions League success over Manchester City in midweek with a performance that will have whetted the appetite of United supporters. The Reds host Greek opposition tonight, aiming for a first Europa League win of the season after opening their continental campaign with 3 straight draws. Ruud van Nistelrooy remains in interim charge and will also oversee the visit of Leicester City in the Premier League on Sunday before Amorim jets in. The Portuguese favours a 3-4-3 formation, and his Sporting side showed their capabilities in midweek. He may well implement a similar shape and setup at United, but to do so he will need to see proof that the Reds have the squad to do it. Here's 3 things he'll be looking for tonight. Work rate. A big trait of Amorim's side is the work rate of wide players. His 3-4-3 shape asks a lot of those out wide to provide protection at the back and the width and attacking intent going forward. It remains to be seen whether United's new boss views the likes of Diogo Dalot, Noussair Mazraoui and Luke Shaw as options in those positions, or if the more attack-minded players might be asked to refine the game. It means Alejandro Garnacho could find himself in a new role under his new manager, and while the 21-year-old has showed his qualities time and again since breaking into the side, the ear-bashing he copped from Casemiro during the draw against Chelsea last time out highlighted a need to track back with more purpose. The Argentina international was sluggish in responding to a Chelsea counter after losing possession high up the pitch, and the play ended with Casemiro committing a foul. The experienced Brazil international wasn't shy in letting his young teammate know what he thought, and Garnacho has the chance against PAOK to put into practice what Casemiro. The man Alan Pardew wanted to replace Erik ten Hag as Man United manager has just been sacked, his team are 17th. The man Alan Pardew advocated to replace Erik ten Hag as Manchester United manager 7 months ago has just been sacked, with his club languishing 17th in the table. After months of no improvement and bad results, Manchester United finally parted ways with Erik ten Hag last week following defeat to West Ham United. The Dutchman may have won 2 trophies in 2 years, but a terrible transfer record and a lack of tactical plan saw him relieved of his duties. United moved quickly to find his replacement, and Ruben Amorim will take charge of the club on Monday after serving his notice at Sporting. Excitement is growing amongst fans ahead of Amorim's arrival, especially after he masterminded a 4-1 thrashing of neighbours Manchester City in the Champions League on Tuesday. There's a big job on Amorim's hands, but, at this point at least, United appear to have made a promising and smart appointment. They did have time to think about it, given the pressure had been intense on Ten Hag for months, with only the shocking FA Cup triumph staying his execution. There has been speculation on who the next manager will be for even longer, and Alan Pardew threw his suggestion of Mark Robins into the ring back in April. However, Robins was sacked from his job at Coventry City on Thursday, with the club struggling near the bottom of the Championship table. Mark Robins sacked by Coventry, Pardew wanted him at United. Robins is a familiar name at Old Trafford, and it was his famous goal in the FA Cup that is credited with saving Sir Alex Ferguson's job when the legendary manager was struggling in 1990. The 54-year-old had been very impressive at Coventry, taking them from League Two to the cusp of promotion to the Premier League. His side were defeated by Luton Town in the 2023 playoff final, but after failing to finish in the top 6 last season and starting the new one poorly, he has now been sacked. As early as April this year, Pardew had suggested United should consider hiring Robins to replace Ten Hag. He said on TalkSport, per Team Talk, "I've got a gaffer for you. He's not international, he's not won the Dutch league or the French league, but he's an old player of yours. He's done brilliantly for 4 seasons, he almost beat you in the semi-final, Mark Robins, there you go." Man United identified 2 targets for January transfer window under Ruben Amorim. Manchester United are planning to make moves in 2 areas under new boss Ruben Amorim in the January transfer window, according to reports. The Red Devils are targeting an affordable striker, as well as a new number 8 to play in central midfield, Sky in Germany's transfer guru Florian Plettenberg has claimed. United are closely monitoring Leon Goretzka, although it is thought the Bayern Munich midfielder has no plans to leave the Bundesliga giants this winter. It remains to be seen what type of affordable striker United will go for, but it appears to rule out a move for someone like Viktor Gyökeres, given his price tag. United are among the teams linked to Sporting Lisbon's Gyokeres, who has a €100 million release clause, with Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City all keen too. Should United succeed in their quest to land a cheap striker and new no-8 this January, it would allow them to focus on bringing in a new defender next summer. It is believed that the Red Devils are waiting until the summer transfer window to launch a fresh move for Everton centre-back Jared Branthwaite. Ousmane Diomande, who plays as a defender for Sporting Lisbon, has also attracted interest from United, who are again likely to wait until the summer. Amorim will officially get started as United manager on November 11th, ending his 4-year stint in charge of Sporting Lisbon to replace Erik ten Hag. He has been urged to bring midfielder Paul Pogba back to Old Trafford for a third stint by former United striker Louis Saha. Paul Pogba can go wherever he wants, Saha told Paddy Power. If he's given the platform to show his talent again, people will be reminded of how special he is. He can play in the Champions League, he can play for France, and I'm a big fan of his. I've always been harsh on him because when you have that talent, you have a responsibility. He's going to be super motivated when he comes back. I would love to see him at Manchester United for a third spell as a player, because when you look at their midfield, they have lost Scott McTominay, which is a loss because he contributed to the team well. The reason why Ruben Amorim doesn't want to sign Viktor Gyökeres for Man United in January has been revealed. Ruben Amorim starts his new job as the Manchester United manager in a few days' time. Amorim is set to take charge at Old Trafford on November 11th, and he has plenty of work to get through, to say the least. With the January transfer window just a few weeks away, Amorim may have to have some conversations about potential transfer targets soon too. United have already been linked with plenty of players heading into January, and Viktor Gyökeres is a player who has been strongly linked with a move to Old Trafford. However, according to Fabrizio Romano, this isn't a deal that is on the cards for the winter. Why Ruben Amorim doesn't want to sign Viktor Gyökeres? Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano shared why Amorim doesn't want to sign Gyökeres in January. According to the journalist, Amorim doesn't want Gyökeres signed as he wants to maintain a good relationship with Sporting and their fans, so he doesn't want to raid his former club halfway through a season. We expect Viktor Gyökeres to leave Sporting in 2025, it should be the summer, this is the idea. Amorim is being so honest, and Amorim is not planning to go for Gyökeres in the January transfer window because he does not want to break the relationship with the club and the relationship with the Sporting fans. Going for Gyökeres in January would create an issue, Romano said. Will Manchester United sign Viktor Gyökeres? A deal for Gyökeres isn't on the cards in January, but, as Romano says, the Swedish striker could move next summer. So, in theory, a move to Manchester United could be on the cards. Dimitar Berbatov believes Gyökeres will end up at Old Trafford, and his stats this season show that he is more than capable of leading the line for a team like United. Unfortunately for United, they're not the only team looking at Gyökeres. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.